this video is all about cooling. It's all about cooling system where you have 12 air handling units. So we're going to use pipe flow expert to solve the problem. Now this is a problem. The problem is that this system demonstrates a recirculation design where some of the fluid is returned to the starting point to be circulated again, and some of the fluid is removed. The fluid to be removed is specified by setting a demand outflow from the system at various nodes. So where the standby pump has been taken out of a service, a pipe has been closed to prevent recirculations of the fluid, and the pump has been disabled by unchecking the pump checkbox on the pipe panel. The size of the pipe work has been selected on a commercial basis for the design flow rate. When a solution has been calculated, the result tables will be displayed. A list of the pipe, nodes, components, valves, pump data for the operational conditions. From the information, it could be possible to judge if the velocities and pressure drops are within the anticipated limits. The pressure losses introduced by the flow control valves varies from around 80 feet head down to about 43 feet head. The pump had about 143 feet heads to the system, so it could be possible to reduce the operational speed of the pump by about 10% and still obtain the same total flow rate within a fluid head of about 100 feet added by the pump. The flow control valve will need to be reset to rebalance the flow, but the more efficient system will have about 27% of the energy previously used. Now let's open pipe flow expert software. Now make a drawing of this particular system. So now what we now start from here. Draw a pipe. Now they say we should define, although the pipe already is a steel schedule 40 pipe of length 10, so but I need to make some changes. Now it's 4-inch pipe, but we needed to make use of 8-inch pipe, and it's the same material we're using, steel. So what we're going to do, we just go to the diameter. So since it's the same material, we'll go to size. We now have to change the size of the pipe by selecting 8-inch pipe. So double click. Now save, and then the first pipe is 60 feet. Okay, and then now node 1, I will just right click. Node 1 is supposed to be a tank, so I will change it to a tank. So okay, no, this is a joint. This one is a joint. I need to select this. It's node 2. Node 2 is a tank. So this is the shape of the tank that we need to add to that. So now, and this tank is an atmospheric tank. The liquid level is 3 feet. The bottom elevation of the tank is 45. Now we're done with that. So now look at this other pipe. the elevation of that joint should be also 45. The elevation of that joint is 45. Then let's continue pipe drawing. Now we need to now draw another line. Another line this way, which is line 2. And line 2, I'll just right click. Line 2 should be 10 feet. Line 2 is 10 feet. Then okay, the joint point elevation is 45, still correct. Now we now need to draw a line from this other side to this place. Right click, and then the length is supposed to be, the length is 4 feet. The length of this third pipe is 4 feet. Change it to 4 feet. Now we also have to draw this other line from here to this point. Right click, this is supposed to be 10 feet. Then I'll draw another line from here to join this other point. Right click, this is 4 feet. Now we now have to draw a line from this point one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 19th box. So this line, right click, this line supposed to be, the length supposed to be is 85 feet. Now from here I also draw another line vertical down. This vertical line is, right click, should be 12 feet. Should be 12 feet. Should be 12 feet. So should be 12 feet. Now pipe pipe 8. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the 8th one is X pipe, is 6 inches pipe. So now to the next one is 6 inches pipe. So from here now draw a line from here to here. Before I do that, this point is, the elevation of that point is 34 feet. Now I have to change it to 34 feet so that any other line I'm drawing from this node, the elevation of any node generated will be 34. Now look at it. For example, now if I now draw a line from here to here, you see the next node, which is node 8, is 34. It's 34. So that is it. Now the length of, let me check again, the length of this line is 12. The length of this is supposed to be 10 feet. The length of that is 10 feet. Now the length of this other one, this other pipe, the length of this pipe is 1, 2, 3 is 40 feet. I'll right click and change this to 40 feet. Now the node, this node is still at that point is 30 feet. The elevation of that node is 30 feet. So now from here, from this point, I'll draw a line. Now I need to change the length of that line. The length of that line is supposed to be 4 inches. So now I'll change this to 4 inches. Now I will also draw from here. Now from here, at this point, you see the node at this point is 34, but for here that is 30. The node, if you draw from here to this point, the node will be 30, because the node at the starting point will be the same node. The elevation at the starting point will be the same elevation at the end point of that line. It will automatically inherit the elevation at this point. So that is it. So now I will right click to temporarily stop the line drawing. Now the length of this pipe and this other pipe is the same. Now for me to temporarily be making changes, I will stop that. What I will do now is, let me just draw. I needed to draw 3 pipes from here. Now this one is 1, 2, 3. Now right click, the same to this place. I will just draw 1. There's a 1, this is the second one, and the third one. Now I don't mind the length of the pipe. So now, you know, the whole of this pipe is here now is what we call the whole of this pipe is 8 inches, but it's supposed to be 6 inches. So ordinarily I'm supposed to start with 6 inches from this place. So now, since I've made that mistake, what I will do now is I need to make that correction. So now I will select this pipe, come to here, edit default pipe size. So now come here, since it's the same material but different size, so I will just click on this diameter. Now change it to 6-inch pipe. So the 6-inch pipe is what we're supposed to use. I will just double click, then click save data to pipe. Now this is our default pipes. Now and the pipes that are supposed to be 6 inches this. Okay, I will leave this because this one's supposed to be 10 inches, so I'll just change here to 10 inches so that it will just remain as this. I'll just say okay. No, didn't. Okay, so the 8 inches, this is 10, so I will just click copy default pipe value to selected pipe. So okay, that is 6 inches. Now for I want to check this, then select this is 40, so I'll change this to 40. Now we just click this, so it's done. Now for this, the whole of the this one, let me see, P9 is 40, so 40, so that one is done. Then this other one from here down here is supposed to be 4 inches. So now we'll select all of them and affect the change. Select all of them and make the change. So now I want to check this. I will check that is 9. So I will only change these other ones that are supposed to be 4 inches, but 4 feet and 6 inches. So I'll just click this. The changes has been done, so I'll just say okay. So that is the way to go. Then there is another way, another thing. I will also show you people here now. Now let me now complete this line. You know, the default size now is 6 inches, because that's the default size now is 6 inches 4 feet long, because that is our last default setting. So now, which is what we're using now. So now I'll just complete these lines like this. Now what I'll do next is there is a fitting that's supposed to be on this line. Now this line and this line is supposed to be the same. This line and this line is supposed to be of the same length. So now, so this is 40, this is 40. So but what I wanted to do now, I need to put fitting on this line 9. Now let me just select the line. I will now come here. I need to add a component. Now let me load the component. This is the component I needed to, which is air handling unit, AHW. Click OK. This is HO to 3.1. So I will just say okay, that is what we need now. Okay, I'll just say okay, which is this. So now we also need to add a control valve, that is flow control valve. So FCV, flow control valve, FCV. Okay, this should be, let me just cancel, go to the units, specify unit. So now I'll look at the flow rate. I'll change it to gallon per minute USA. Click OK. Now I will now go back to control, FCV 120 US gallon per minute. So here it's supposed to be 120 gallon, 120, not gallon, 120. Now I will just say okay. Now that is it. So since we are done with this, what we are going to do is, now the same fittings that is in pipe 3 is supposed to be in pipe 16, pipe 17 and pipe 18. So what I'm going to do is, having selected this pipe, I will click this set as default. So I will just click set as default. See, use this value from this pipe as the default value when drawing new pipes. So I'll use as default. So I've done that. Now I will now select this copy. It's a copy default pipe value to an existing pipe. I will just select it. Now if I select this one, click yes. see, the whole of this will come here. It will just copy all the properties and place it there. So now the same thing I will do to this one. The same thing I will also do to this pipe. So I've transferred everything all through down to this other one. So now that is just a quick way to draw this instead of drawing it separately. So now the only thing I will now do next is I will just select this, then now I'll go here. Since the length of this pipe is different, so I will just select this pipe is supposed to be 30 feet. I'll just come here, change it to 30 feet, and then the same to this one, just select here 30 feet. Now, so these are just 30 feet, lengths are now 30 feet. But now, we just copied all the properties of this pipe into these other 3 pipes. So now, but I need to make changes. Now for this, the flow is supposed to be 110. The flow here is supposed to be 110. Now I'll change this to 110. So now just say okay. Now the flow here is supposed to be is 105. Not supposed, it's 105. The flow here is 105. So the set flow is 105. 105. So we'll say okay. Now the air handling unit, the name is different. So now just like this one is 3.2, this is 3.3, this one is 3.4. So we have done all the right changes. So I've done the right. So now let's continue pipe. Let's draw pipes. So now have to draw a line from here. Okay, now but before I do that, I need to change the default pipe value. So now I will select this, because if I use this one, if I draw, it will copy both the fittings and all that, and I don't need fittings in those lines. So now if you want to maybe you say okay, if you want me to show you whether it's true or not, then let me just draw an arbitrary line here from here to here. If you draw now, see, if you check now, any line I draw will come with all these fittings. For now, I don't want fittings on those lines. So now let me now select this, select the whole of this and delete. So what I need to do now is to change the default, pipe value. So now we haven't selected this, since the line I'm supposed to draw here is 6 inches line. So having selected this, I will just select this and call it I say set as default. So just click set as default, say okay, say yes. Now now have to draw a line from here. Okay, now select pipe button, add pipe button, then draw a line from here to this point. Right click, this is supposed to be 16 inches. The length of that pipe is 16 inches. Now I will now draw another line from here to here. So, and that line is the same with this one, 10 inches, so there's no need to make changes. Now I will now draw another line from that point to this point. Right click, this is 32 inches in length, so changing. Now this point, this point is not supposed to be 34. That point is supposed to be 20, so I'll change it to 20. I also need to change this one to 20. Let's change this to 16. Now, so the mistake I made was that when drawing this line, if I get to this point, I would have changed it to 20, so that when subsequently if I draw another line, it will take that 20 from here to here should be 20. The elevation should be 20 feet. Now, so what I will now, let me just complete this other one. I now have to draw a line from here to here, and that line from here to here. So when you check, this one is 16 feet, 16 inches from this one to this place. When you check that one is 20 feet. The elevation is 20 feet. So now, so let me just complete them. This is supposed to be 3. Let me complete this one, 3 lines, 3 pipelines. So that is it. So now I have to draw a line from here to here, from here to here, from here to here. So that is it. Now what I will now do, I just want to show different things I needed to do now. Now I will select this. This is supposed to be 4 feet. Now, having made this 4 feet, I will now set as default. I will set it as default. Then I will say copy. So I'll copy it and place it all here. God, they're just the same thing. So now, that is what I will do. So now, there is a way to change all this to 4 feet. So now, when you check, the lengths are 4 feet. So that is it. Now I also need to copy. This is 32. I need to copy this to this. Now I will uncheck the select this, then select this, set that as default. Say yes. Now go to copy and place it in this existing drawing. So now this is 32. This is 30. It's supposed to be 32. Close to 32 feet. So I will change the length to 32 feet. Now I will now change this as default setting. Okay, now before I do that, I'll come here, change this to 2.1. Change this to 2.1. This is a 3-story air handling unit system. So now, having made that change, then here I needed to change this to this. The flow rate here is supposed to be 100. 100. So I'll change this to 100. Now, so that is it now. Now on this, okay. So now I will copy this to this one, to this pipe. So I will select this and set it as a fault. Then come to here, copy it to this place. Now I also copy it, although this pipe 29 and pipe 30, they are not the same. So what I do, I need to just copy. I will not copy this pipe to the same pipe to here and this place. What I will do now is to make some changes. I'll come here. Okay, no. I will select this button, select this, and change. This is 100. This is supposed to still be 100. So it's okay. This one is 90. Is 90 gallon per minute. This one is 85. It's 85. The flow rate here is 85. Now this is AHU 2.2. This airflow system is AH2 2.3. 2.3. This is AHA 2.4. So now that is it. So now I haven't corrected all this. This is floor. This section is for floor, the 3rd floor. This is for 2nd floor. Now let's draw for the 1st floor. So now from here, I'm gonna draw a line again. Right click. Okay. No. Need to select this, set it as default, then select this, copy. This is copy default pipe value to an existing pipe. Just select this, say okay. Now this pipe is of the same length, that is 16 meters, and that was why I just copied it. So now that was why I did that copy in there. This is 32. Now here, let me select that button, and then now I'll select this pipe. This pipe is supposed to be 28. 20. No, it's supposed to be 24 feet. It's supposed to be 24 feet. So this is also 24. I will not do copy because now the next thing to do is to draw this line from now. Before I do that, let me not make the same mistake I made the other time. This point is 20, this nodal point, this nodal point is 16, no, it's 6, it's 6, so we need to change this to 6 feet. So now any other line I will draw from here should be 6 feet. Should be 6 feet. So now, see, now let's draw. Now selecting add pipe button, I'll draw the first line from here to here. Right click, this is 16 inches, but here is supposed to be 10 inches, 10 feet, sorry. The length is supposed to be 10 feet. Now I need to draw another line from here to here. Right click, this is 28 feet. Now the elevation of the joint is 2 feet. It's 2 feet. So now drawing from here will now be, here is 6 feet, so it should be 6 feet all through. 6 and 6 for the 3 lines. So all these nodal points is 6 feet. Now the elevation of those nodal points is 6 feet. Then now from here, this is 2. So all the elevation of the nodes from this point, drawing from this point, will be 2 feet each. Now we now have to draw a line joining these nodes, joining this node. Now I needed to make a change here. This is 16 inches, it's supposed to be 4 inches. It's 4 inches. No, it's 100 feet, sorry, 100 feet. So I will set it as default, say yes. Now I will come here, copy, I will use it to replace all this values here. I will use it to match all these pipes so that they will be of the same property. You see, they are 100 feet all of the same property. I will just select this. Then now this is started, this is 28, 16. Okay, now I will select this, do a copy, but before I do that I will set as default, say yes. Then click this copy default pipe value to an existing pipe. So I'll copy it to this pipe, copy to this pipe with the same length, everything. But now I'll make the changes. Now I will unselect that, select this point. Now make the change. Here is 28. Select this, the length is 28. Select this, the length is 44. feet. Select this down. The length is 44 feet. So for pipe 41 and pipe 42 is 44 feet. So now I haven't done that. The flow control valve, there are variations. You have this as 90, 90, 80 and 75. Now here is 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, okay. Then the flow rate here, the set flow rate here is 80. It's 80 gallons per minute. You now need to change this to 82. Then here it's 75. So we're done with that, and all of this is the same. You just change this, change the number, the name into 1.1. say okay. Change this to 1.2. change this to 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. So this is for floor. For first floor. Now all these branch connections, all the branch connections that has the air handling units, they are of 3 inches each. So I just need to select this, make the changes. Now just change this to 3 inches. Select this, select the diameter, change to 3 inches. So this is what I will do to all of them. So but I will pause, since it's the same process, it's just a repetition. I will pause. Maybe I will leave this and complete the drawing, then I will complete the drawing, then do that later. So the drawing now, we join from here. Let me just say, okay, from this point to this point this is 10 feet in length. The same applicable to here, 10 feet. 10 feet. here to 10 feet the length. Now we'll now draw a line joining this point to this point, this nodal point to this nodal point, and the length is 100 feet. Then we draw the next one from this nodal point to this nodal point. The length is 16 feet. Now from and from then from here to, let's say, this point, right click, the whole of this is okay. So this is a wrong, we set it at a wrong default pipe, so now we'll not have to reset it. So now I'll select this because this line is supposed to be 8-inch line. So now I'll select it, then set that line as a default. Say yes. I'll copy the properties of that line and replace it with that of this one. So that means the properties of that line, which is 8-inch line, 85, the length is 85, so but I don't want 85, should be higher than 85, so that length should be 200. So I change that to 85 to 200 feet. Now the next thing I'll do is, so that 8-inch is now the default pipe value. Haven't used this set as default button. Now the next thing is to draw a line. I will now select add pipe button, select this nodal point, now draw a vertical line up to this point, and then right click. This line is still 8-inch line, but I need to change the length of that line to 120. But that is the normal, that is the length of the line, which is not 85 as of the default pipe we choose. So now I now have to draw a horizontal line towards the tank into this point. I'll right click, I need to change this to, change the length of the pipe to 30. That is the length, the normal length. The length is supposed to be. The elevation of the joint is supposed to be at 75. At this joint is supposed to be an end pressure point pointing down, so I'll need to change it pointing down. I'll select this icon pointing down because the water is supposed to flow into this tank, so that is it, pointing down. Now the pressure, the end pressure is 3 bar is 3 psi. Sorry, it was with 3 psi. Then so we have made changes with the length. Now I need to now select this show item button, select this joint. This joint is not supposed to be two. The elevation of that joint is not supposed to be 2 feet. So now the elevation of that joint is supposed to be 75 peg. In the same elevation with the end pressure point. Now we are done with the piping. Well, I needed to change this whole sizes to 3 inches also. So this I've done up to, okay, no, this one, this is 3 inches, so now I need to change this to 3 inches. So I'll select this, save to pipe. Now do the same to this one. Now, but before I do that, let me just pause and complete it, then I can restart the system. So we need to add a pump at this point. So now just come here. Now what I will do is to load a file. I'll load a file from here. So that is it. So now, so save to. Okay, here is supposed to be 5. This is 45. So I will now have to draw the graph. Now save to. Now, having done this, the length of this pipe is the same thing with this length of this pipe. So what I will do, I'll just set it as default value. So now we need to copy this as default. So now let me check. I will just select this button, say yes. So this is the default pipe now. So now because I want to copy the 45, so I will now have to draw the graph. Now save to. Now having done this, the length of this pipe is the same thing with this length of this pipe. So what I will do, I'll just set it as default value. So now we need to copy this as default. So now let me check. I will just select this button, say yes. So this is the default pipe now. So now because I want to copy this pipe to this line too. So now I will now use this copy button and just select this, say okay. So the pipe is here now. So now on this line, this pipe has gone to a maintenance shop. So now because it's bad, so now it's on standby. So now we're using a standby pump. Then this one that is on service, that was serving, is bad now. It has gone for repair. So now I will now have to short this pipe. To short this is to uncheck this point. If I uncheck it, is short. Now this line, this line I need to now shut off this line so that the fluid coming towards this side will not pass through. So now, meaning that I've shut off this bypass. Now I'll just click this shut off button, so this line is shut off. So the fluid will just be moving straight on like this all the way. Now, meaning that this fluid coming through this way shut off. So now, because this pump has gone for repair, now I haven't done all, but we now need to run the system. The system is good to run now. So now I need to run it. I will just click the calculate button. So the network was solved with one warning. So yes, so these are the values what we got. This is it. So these are the component losses and all that. So now it's all done. So done. Let's see. Okay, the horsepower is just 51 horsepower. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day. That's good. This is it. So these are the component losses and all that. So now it's all done. So done. Let's see. Okay, the horsepower is just 51 horsepower. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day. That's good.